Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon to those of us, the UK and Europe. Happy Monday. Hey, Kevin, welcome to the room. Good morning. Okay, so I took my cold medicine about 45 minutes ago. It should be just kicking in right about now. So if I go kind of fast, rewind. Oh, boy. Gotta do something to keep myself amused. Okay, poor low in the overnight? I think so. Overnight inventory is long. Okay, all that means, folks, is that the trading in the overnight session, for people who are new, that's 6 p.m. Eastern Time to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, so if you're in England, that's 11 p.m. last night to today at around 2:30. Oh, is there 2.6 of excess? Thanks, man. Okay, so it's a proper low by market profile standards, but there's no meaningful excess. Let's say there's some bids down there. Overnight inventory is long. We are looking for the normal course of business to correct lower. We took Friday's liquidating inventory, sold it up here at night, using the trap shorts under 26 to hold the market up to sell. Concept of leverage. Okay? So what we do now is look for a short. But we've already had a little bit of a correction. Let's go see. It's very wide. Tonight's a very short, wide profile. Remember, Wednesday is month end. Today is, as I play the music from Jeopardy, welcome to the folks on YouTube while I wait for the answer. No one. It is T plus 2 till, or yeah, so it's T plus 2 till month end. Now, T plus 2 doesn't really exist anymore, but it kind of does. And I'll get into that later. But for right now, all you need to know is the markets doesn't know which way to go, right? It's a bit of a standoff. See, the larger participants who are long, everyone's long. Large participants are long, they're not short, right? There are a smattering of participants that are short, much less than longs, because the market is built for longs. It's not built to short. So those people would like to have a higher month end. Now, there is some inventory above us, and we do have a month end happening on Wednesday. So we have 2 days to get whatever kind of work we need done. If you're a big trader and you haven't, for some reason, haven't finished what you're supposed to do, this is when you're going to do it. You're going to do it now in the next 2 days. Wednesday, eh, Wednesday might be really slow, so you really want to hustle Monday and Tuesday if you haven't done it. Now, most of the larger traders, of course, have made their money, and if you made a couple $100 million this year, you don't really have to worry about keeping the light bill on, so you'll just be relaxing at home with your family. So that leaves the Cowboys, right? You know, that leaves the Cowboys. right? So these are, as the great Steve Miller would say, these are the space cowboys. And they're the ones who are responsible for those big red and green candles that you guys see. You wonder, where the hell did that come from? Well, that's somebody trying to accomplish some kind of an agenda. You are not going to make any money off of that. What you must do is protect yourself from being eaten alive from that. So you have to determine. Now, it's been okay trading in this Globex. Kind of boring, but okay, right? And I'll show you the rotations in a little bit. So, yeah, I thought that was a poor low, but it's not. There's 2 ticks of excess right down there. That's our target. 66.24 is our target if you are long. All right, let's go take a look. Sorry, if you're short. If you're long, if you were long 66.24, I hope you have sold already. You could see the rotations, right? The market has been completely 100% rotational, right back to that rotation. Next stop, next stop. Cost basis. Sale, accumulation of cheap stuff. Sell it higher, build it, they will come. Just like Field of Dreams. Build it, they will come. Then you put it on sale after they've come. And you've sold them a bunch of paper, right? As they used to say in the stock market. No paper anymore. These are electronic contracts. All this is a sales chart. So, on this last liquidation from 67, we do have a poor high. So we know that sellers are competing at 70, and then hours later at 66, 68, 2 points lower, they started to compete. Now, the nice thing is that you know that there are sellers at 68. So now we're coming up to 62.5 off of that inventory correction. And this should be nothing to you guys. These are beautiful rotations. You should have been long 53, 54, looking for the 60s to sell into. A nice 6 points before the open. I would not take 3 points on, I'd take 6 points on 3 contracts all day, every day. That's a beautiful trade. 54 to 60, 61. Oh my gosh. Couldn't ask for anything better. Okay, it's a beautiful trade, low stress, right? Learn to look below and fail. Learn to look below and fail. On the 4-hour candle wax chart, we are looking to see if we can accept over 66.60 for longer term, larger size, better skilled traders. You're looking for a look below and fail of 66.60 back up. Now, smaller accounts, I wouldn't go long until we cleared 83. Okay? Until we clear 83, right? Larger accounts, if you've got wiggle room, you can maybe build your position here, but here's the thing, traders. If you're looking for a long position, you can see that there is a seller underneath 83. You can see that there's a clear seller on the 4-hour right here. So that would be your first hurdle. Do you guys understand what I'm talking about? So if you're looking for a look below and fail, everybody goes, JJ, how do you know? Well, this is how you know. Now, you got to pay attention, right? So listen up. Okay? If you're looking for a look below and fail, larger accounts, You do not, I would wait until we cleared 68, and you know there's going to be a seller at 80, 83. They entered in there, they entered in there before. They're going to be there again. They'd be foolish not to, unless there's a huge amount of buy orders, right? So wait till you get 70, 72, up to 80, maybe for a couple of points. If it holds and takes out 83 and sticks it, we'll get one of these moves. And then the next seller is all the way up here. So this, if we could take this, we can do that. But 84, I wouldn't go long until we get over 84. I hope you guys got that and understood it. It is tactical. It is actionable. It's about as simple as it can be. We are already looking to try that overnight high. Look at this. Someone's getting, look at this. Who got caught short? Under 66.52. Who's short here? Who's short here at 42, averaged up at 52, right? And when it dipped, instead of covering, shorted more, right? Quite a few, because big greed candles. These are the shorts that are trapped here. They go to cover all of the inventories here. You yank the inventory higher. Pretty much strangle themselves. Next seller is going to be up here, which is that poor high. Okay. Now, tactically, can you guys see this? Can you figure it out? Does it make sense? When you talk through the market, it should make sense. It should not be difficult to understand. Now, execution. Had I been long, say 62, 64, I would be selling them. I'd be banging them out with both hands right here. I don't know what's going to happen at a stop. Do they take the stop? For fun, I might put one contract at 66.71 to see if I get a print on a stop run. But most of my inventory will be gone before we run the stop. Because I have seen in markets at this time of year, when you are at a stop and you think it's easy cruising, we're going to take the next stop, not a big deal, and somebody comes in and just hammers it. I don't like unknown variables. I like to cut as many out as I can. See, 2 ticks, somebody's selling there. Not violently, but there is a seller. If there wasn't a seller at 69.5, we'd be printing 74. Okay? Yeah, that was a front run of VWAP. It's also a look below and fail of 52.5. So why I like the boxes is because they tell me we came back to cost basis, what dipped our toe into it, came back up. Take the trade at 53, 54, put your stop under 52.5. That way you don't have to catch a falling knife at VWAP. It just kind of helps you manage that VWAP trade. And this is exactly why I would have been selling 69, 68, because I'm not going to be a dick for 2 ticks. It's very hard to get a smooth breakout with electronically traded markets. You get, when it stops selling on a dime, which is nice. But when it breaks and backfills and breaks and backfills. And it does that so quickly. There's a reason for that. There's a business reason for that. And it makes distribution a lot better for the wholesalers because they have this electronic distribution with these algos. So, but it makes it a pain in the in the keister for retail traders trying to buy a breakout because it breaks and backfills like 15 times before it launches or completely retraces, right? Very hard. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's it's really, it's like music with no rhythm. You ever see people try to dance to music with no rhythm? It's not pretty, right? Yeah, you need the patience, Jonathan, my friend, to let the large traders tell you whether the move is worthy of you taking it. That's why you need patience, right? You need patience. I always use this example. Have you ever pitched a business idea to a billionaire? When you're talking to them, they look at you like you smell like poop. They always have a funny look on their face, like, ew, why do I have to endure you? Oh yeah, I'm doing a favor for this guy just to listen to your idea. And then, they go, well, our people will contact you if we're interested, right? They never get excited and go, oh yeah, I'll buy that, right? No matter how good it is, right? You have to have that attitude when you're trading. Be a little snooty, right? You want my money? Well, show me that it's really worth taking the trade. You guys get it? Right? Be a bit of a price action snob, right? Do you have a video on how to put together the CB? Yes, I have many of them. Cool topics. There's hundreds. I just did an execution video and posted it on Sunday in the trading room at Trading Syndicate. It's not random at all. There's no such thing. When you take billions of dollars and put them to work, there's no such thing called random. So, good stuff, Christian. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Please watch those videos as much as you can because Ed, Michael, just reach out to me, my friend. I'm starting it very soon. Hang on. How do you respond to somebody on here? I hope you can hear me. Oh, you can't. So we're looking for a backfill down to 62 and a half. Let's see how well my zones are working. Looking like a look below and fail of 62 half. There's the open sticker. Ah, there it is. Yeah. And for anybody else who's interested in one-on-one mentoring, please reach out to me. Now, I got to say I'm short biased. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? So say I wanted to take a little short. Okay, I'm going to short, and I'm just doing this on the micro. I'm short 61.42 on 3 contracts. That's an average. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that trade work. Put my stop is up here at 63. I'm going to go put a bid at 60 and a quarter for one and see if I can get tapped. I'll sacrifice one contract at 60 and a quarter. Now, if I can't buy one measly contract at 60 and a quarter, and I did, next one is 59 and a quarter, and I'm trying to buy, and they're front running my 59, so I'll go 60 and a quarter on the next one. Come on now. Filled at 60 and a quarter, one left at 61 and a half, covered at 59 and a half. Not the greatest trade, but I'm testing to see whether or not my short, sorry, and I did that on the mini. I didn't do that on the micro. That's 3 minis. So I was just testing to see, the seller was here, and then they moved down. You could see the sellers moving down, right? They were here, they were here, they were here. You guys get do you understand why I took that trade? Anyone? Everyone? How long does it take to fill? Depends. Sometimes if it doesn't fill, Matt, then I know I got to move my order up. That's why I trade using my orders to tell me whether or not trade is working. Do you guys understand why I do that now? So when I took that trade, I put my stop just at 63. And I put bids here because I knew that there was going to be some buying when we got down here. And there was. Does that make sense, Matt? Now, I am a nervous trader. Okay? Because I've seen stuff that would turn you guys blue and make you throw up for hours. So I tend to take profits quickly. Right? Especially once I realized I'm not on the micro, I'm trading the mini. So really shouldn't be trading with the flu. Now, had I had a few more contracts, I would have put bids in at 57, 57 and a quarter, probably 58. So I could have caught that last little move down, right? If I had been on the ball and I had maybe had 5 contracts that I had shorted. Yeah. So there's a business reason for the trade. Right? If people can't tell you what the business reason for a trade is, I don't know what they're doing teaching you. Right? Business reason for the trade is I saw them putting the price of the product on sale. It's not rocket science. Right? For you candle wax traders, your highs were getting lower. That means they're putting it on sale. Right? Had I been really on the ball, I should have been selling up here, probably 66 with a 68 stop, looking for 62 and a break of that if I was trading size. Right? This is the front end of the move. This is the back end of the move. The front end brings in buyers. The back end fills in those buyers with supply. Right? It gives them their product. So what happens is when the market goes up, not everybody buys. Some of them put orders here. This way you go and fill all those orders and you distribute size. Okay? When you find large buyers, you stop selling and raise price. Shorts will start coming in and covering. Then wholesale. then new longs, and you'll get this. But overnight inventory right now is long still. So we've had these little corrections, beautiful rotations. That's not bad, right? That's not bad. Quick, simple rotation. Perfect. Josh, what's up? You guys got snow? You do? What's what's the temperature back home? Oh, bingo! No fill equals no supply. Perfect. Where'd you get snow, AO? You in Greenwich or something like that? -3. Oh, it's warm still. Oh, that's nothing. -3, that's not bad. I'll take -3 in the prairies before Christmas. I'll take -3 all day, every day. That's downright tropical. -11, that's still not bad. It's when it gets under -35, that's soul destroying. Now, going to 11. Uh, big rotations. Hopefully, it's okay. That's the beautiful thing about Liverpool. You should move to Liverpool. It's the greatest city in the UK. It truly is. There's no snow, beautiful ocean view, or the Mersey, right? And here we go. Rock and roll. Whoa, whoa, there's thy seller. Hello. Where you been all my life? Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, there's going to be some bidding at VWAP because that's what they do. Hey, Mike, what's going on? You guys got snow in London? That 62 seller, are they still hanging around like a bad cold? And I'll apologize to everyone if I sound like Donald Duck. See, now it's annoying. We have, Jesus, who shorted this thing? Those are two big short covering candles. That's crazy. I did not awake enough for that. Let's see if we take that overnight high. No, not yet. Be careful if we accept over 71, my friends. Be careful, okay? Overnight inventory log, a little correction before the open, right? So when you review this day, overnight inventory corrected before the open, and then they grab that, boom, and they ram that inventory up everybody's you know what, from 58 to 70. Excuse me, sorry. Once again, sorry folks, I got the flu. All right, I told you, here's that stop run. This one feel different from the last one? So go rewind those two stop runs. Because we had an early one, it was 2 ticks. This one actually had some oomph, RTH. Now, there's a stop here at 77 quarter and one at 77 and 3/4. And then we enter this big area here. This is an area of supply. That equals resistance. If the market runs out of supply, it will rip through this area to get it. Okay? Let's see. See they're front running it? 1 tick. So if you're short, your stop shouldn't be more than 78.5, 79. Right? So if you're short here, 78, 79 stop, put some bids in because you're not the only buyer. Get in line, baby. Right? There you go. You should have been filled. If you're short 77, backfill 75. You might not get 74. There's a short underneath 73.5. Look at that. There's the size coming in. That tells you be careful. Right? They're coming in for it hot and heavy. Right? Point of control's all the way up here. Now watch the backfill. The minute candles be very helpful. Should come down to like maybe 74. If it can't trade 74, it's going to turn and get into that red section. There. See? That's predictable. But not if you don't know what's going on. Short 77, you got to have those orders in, right? I did 2 trades, and I don't think I've had enough coffee and cold medication that I'm really that quick. So I'm going to just switch to the micro and just trade the micro. See, we're running out of supply, so we're going into those single prints. Gee, we're running out of supply at the end of the month. How unusual. How absolutely unusual. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Now we're going into 8 times cost basis. I hope nobody is short and getting trampled. Trapped shorts are covering. Trapped shorts are covering. Trapped longs liquidate, trapped shorts cover. Trapped shorts push markets higher, trapped longs push markets lower. Looking for bids at 81. It's okay, you just zigged when you should have zagged. It's Monday. I'm looking for bids at 81. 81 bid. Now, how would I know that there'd be buy orders at 81 without looking at the DOM or market structure? And I won't go into that now because it'll confuse most of you. But those are the things about watching one market. You'll get to really know it well, right? I'm talking for longer, Travis, for not for scalping, Travis, for larger size traders. So for me, a small account for that buy for 84, I should have maybe $500,000 to $1 million. Over $2 million accounts, maybe you could have played a little more fast and loose under 84. That's what I meant small accounts. I meant under $500,000 on a long trade with size on the 4-hour candle chart. But for scalping, no problem. You just stick to doing what we talked about, Travis. Stick to what, stick to doing that look below and fail so many times that you get sick of all the money you're making. Right? That's what I want you to do. I want you to get so sick of making money, then we can try something else. All right? Right? Come to me and go, JJ, God damn it, I'm sick of making 20 grand a month. So yeah, when I show a 4-hour chart, I'm talking to people who are trading large size, who have the skill to hold trades longer. And you'll notice we looked above 84 and didn't hold. That's an important thing because there's a seller at 84. We showed it on the 4-hour candle, right? Only A plus setups. That includes me too, right? And what's an A plus setup? An A plus setup is the one that those trades that you have done the required work. You are the setup. That's when it becomes an A plus setup. You feel you can't read the candles because you haven't done it long enough. That's all. And because what I'm talking about, Mike, is so simple, you think it must be more difficult than what I'm saying. When people say I can't do this or I can't do that, it just means they haven't done it enough. It's like there's that movie with what's that, the pretty boy, he went and hung out with the Vikings, Spanish actor, Banderas. And he's with these Vikings, they throw him a sword. He goes, "This sword is too heavy." The Viking looks at him and goes, "Grow stronger." What's up, Harris? Don't worry, you'll get used to it. Everyone can read a candle. The reason that people are put off by candles is because the teaching on candles is so obtuse and so over complicated, right? All you just got to do is look for the seller, where they engage, where they stop selling. So if I was quick now, I would have been long 65, 66 against the bottom of 64, selling 72. Thank you very much. Right? If your chart software is sluggish, then you should change your chart software or check your computer settings or whatever it is you have to do. Get somebody to help you tech-wise, right? Another thing you could do is trade Globex. Globex is much slower. It's much slower. The agenda is much more clear. There's not as many participants, right? The price action, is easier because it's slower. Try that. That's all. Spend some time watching. You know, don't stress yourself out trying to learn because just like trying to make money, when you try to learn and you stress yourself out, oh my God, it doesn't go well. Oh, 'tis not pleasant, right? Anybody read Bonfire of the Vanities? Tom Wolfe, made into a movie. Tom Hanks, Bonfire of the Vanities. Nervous salesman is a dead one. Well, a nervous trader is a dead one, right? So just take it easy. If you're desperate, if you're nervous, if you're angry, if you're sick, don't trade. You're not a computer. It shows, Josh, Bonfire of the Vanities it shows it's a movie about a white shoe bond salesman. White shoe means like, very prestigious investment bank. Looking to break 62. If we do, we're looking for VWAP. Maybe we've sold enough inventory that these people are tired of buying it and we can get a proper inventory correction. Hello? But I will not short this thing until we get underneath VWAP. Actually, I'm not feeling great right now, so I probably should not even trade. Coming down to 57, but I can call out a market. That's no problem. Bids at 57, they're front-running VWAP. Tag VWAP to the tick. Now, how many angry customers do we want who are going to return their goods? That's really what the sell-offs are, right? Bought it at 76. I don't know, you said it was going to go to 90. Well, I can't give you 70 for it. What do you mean you can't give me 70? I could maybe give you 66. What do you mean you can't give me 66? I paid 76. Look, I can buy it at 60, but I don't know. Okay, sold to you at 60. Bought it at 60, flipped it back out at 65. See how that works? Oh, if you guys could see these transactions happening the way they used to happen, right? Then you would be able to visualize this much better. Because that's exactly what's going on. It's just going on electronically. So you don't see the interaction between counterparties or parties, right? Now, on a look below and fail, when the candles are this big, I like to wait. I might not get the lowest price, but then again, I'm not going to get trampled by a herd of wildebeests who are coming out of a 62 stop. Yeah, look at VWAP. VWAP sitting there going, "Don't fall on me." Missed VWAP by a tick. Oh, I don't think these markets are going to get any slower to trade after Thanksgiving. Found a bid at 60. Can we get them to pay over 64? I'll wait. I'll pay up. I don't mind paying up. Don't do that. Don't just yet. Wait, let me get some. Okay. No. There we go. Finally. Let's see if I got that right. Yep. 65 to 67 on 4, 67 and 3/4. I got one left. Can we get 69? Nice. Flat. So I just waited. I just waited and waited and waited, and I bought 65 in this candle. Why did I buy 65 in this candle? Because the bottom of this candle could not get to VWAP. This one could not. Do you guys see that little distinction? Right? This candle couldn't get it. This one tagged it. This one couldn't get it. This one couldn't get it. And it couldn't even take out 60. So long 65. I didn't try and buy the bottom of that candle. Right? I took just 65 to 67 and I got rid of one at 69. I was kind of lucky on that. Wow. Oh. I did say that failure to take out 65.47 as this week stumbles ahead means rotation back up to 67.85. We have a few places to go before there. 67.05 is a big level. You know, and that's 66.60, of course. Have to pass against that. Look at that big liquidation. See, I wasn't even watching. Had my eye on another chart. Okay, let's go down and see if we can take out that stop at 51. This is the first time we've been able to pierce VWAP. So if you're a short seller, wake up. There you go. Short 55.5, covered 54.25. Not the greatest trade. Just on one micro. Whoa, there we go. There's that liquidation. Where's the bid? Come on, show me. Show me where the bid is. Where are you? Where are you? Not there. A little lower. Bottom of balance is 47.5. 3 big candles. This is what traders do when they're desperate and they have to make their month. They got to rock this thing hard back and forth and squeeze as much as they can out of it. Look below and fail of 47.5. Now let's see where the seller comes in. See, there's a seller under 50. You see that? See how there's a seller under 50? All right. Jeez. They're still there. Wow, look at that. Somebody came in hot and heavy again. All right. You guys understand? Do you know everything that I talked about? Does this make sense now? People in the room. I'm going to find out if you watch the videos. See how big those 1-minute candles are? All right. This is just simply the business, right? Big candles. You had a 66.66 candle all the way to 66.52, right? Big sell orders, right? When those sell orders are done, it will rip back the other way. and it will rotate everybody out of their pocketbook, right? Let me remind you, private jet cards and Bentleys do not pay for themselves, okay? So if you're trading like a knucklehead, you are contributing to the Patagonia Vest Trader Jet Fuel Fund. Nice work, Travis. Beautiful. Beautiful. Watch the videos, please, and watch them over and over and over again, because it's like somebody was watching my videos and he's like, holy crap, thing's only 20 minutes long, but Jesus, you talk a lot. There's a lot of stuff. And I'm like, well, yeah, there's like 34 years of experience, 200 deals, 14 dead friends, uh, and all the life lessons I learned the hard way. They're all in those videos, right? So there's a lot in those videos. And I'm trying to make them as uncomplicated as possible so you guys can focus on execution instead of, you know, worrying about stuff that's never going to make you any money, right? You're not going to make any money trading certain ways that these people tell you they are, right? And I don't mean to disparage people, but it's like 1% of the people who trade these esoteric things who make money. The rest of them are just sucking wind. Just trade the inventory, right? So if you were long, you know that there's going to be sellers at 67 and at 70. So you would sell when you get up there. It's just common sense, right? Now, can we get above 66, 68 and then 66.83? That's for my 4-hour levels, right? Am I a profitable trader? Yeah. I only take a couple of trades a day, Mr. Drivers. I trade for income because I don't make all my money from trading. I do deals, I consult with companies, I teach, I have a room. So I'm almost 60 years old, so I don't need the stress of trading every day for my income. Besides, you can never make as much trading as you can doing deals. So, yeah, I'm a deal guy. I trade so I don't do any stupid deals or work with stupid people just to make money. So you can pay your bills kind of thing. Yeah. It took me a long time to get profitable. It was not easy. Taking companies public. I've done 200 IPOs or RTOs. I've been in the business since 1993. Yeah, I've had a colorful life. I guess that's a euphemism. Most people would say I've had a nutty life. I seem to always get myself into situations that are just out there. Look at this bids. Look at these candles. I did 27 years in Vancouver on Howe Street. I was trained by the legends. I was trained by people who are worth billions of dollars who look like they work as a dishwasher in a restaurant. Yeah, so I was the trader for the insiders. When people take a company public, they get a massive amount of stock. I was what they call an executing trader. For those people, stock promoters, hedge funds, when they want to mask an order, Say if a hedge fund needs to sell a stock quietly and to have nobody know that they're selling, they'll give me the order. It's called the back door. What do I think about dark pools? I personally like a swimming pool where I can see the bottom. I don't think about dark pools. I'm a retail trader now. I'm just a regular guy. See, in the old days, we didn't have dark pools. You actually had to work the order out. I think it's wonderful for large-sized traders to be able to move blocks around without anybody seeing. In the old days, it would be called a private securities transaction. Now it's called a dark pool, and it's electronic. So it's just efficiency, right? It's just taking the business and making it more efficient. In the old days, you'd have to sign paperwork. Now you click a button and you lose 10 million shares of a stock. Mind you, I guess you're getting away from the block guys, which is good because block guys they're all dirty and they all talk. Efficiency. 5K blocks. It's like 5 million, Alexander. It's just so you can move size. Say I need to move 10 million shares and I don't know anybody to know that I sold it. Then you can arrange the buyer to meet in that dark pool. And it's just matching orders. That's all it is. In the old days, they'd call it the terms market. It's not a big deal. It doesn't affect retail at all. You can't access it. I can't access it. I don't want to. Block trades. Once again, stuff that you guys don't really need to concern yourself about to make money, right? What you want to concern yourself about is under what terms and conditions do I do business? And when those terms and conditions are met, I will execute. You should take a break from trading. Take a break from trading and think about if it's what you really want to do. There's B period. Looking for this area here, it's 78. I should take that off, but it should be a little bit of a seller there. You should take some time off, man. Use the holidays to reflect whether or not you really want to do this. Right? You really want, there's so much. We have a saying where I come from. If you can't dazzle them with your brilliance, baffle them with your bullshit. And a lot of the stuff I see traders talking about is all just bullshit. It's not to be offensive, but like things like dark pools, like what do you care? You're not moving 10 million shares of Microsoft, right? Focus on your trading setup. Focus on not losing your money, right? Focus on doing good business. Don't trade like a drunk sailor on shore leave, right? You should never be blowing accounts, ever, ever, ever. It's a warning sign. There's a little bit of selling at 78. It's not normal to blow up accounts. They've made it normal because now you just reset their account like pushing reset on a video game. But you blow accounts in the real world, that's called unemployed. You get a reputation for that, you're unemployable. Yeah, you'll never get a handle on it. That's not how if you're blowing up accounts over and over again, you got to take a break. You got to rewire yourself. I'm telling you, people, you can argue with me as much as you want. you're in a loop and you don't respect the money. That's the problem. They made it easy for us to not respect the money. Everything's electronic, right? If you had to take that $1,000 and put it in somebody's hand, you'd think a little differently. Count it out. I know this isn't popular to tell people this, but if you're blowing up accounts, it just means you don't respect the money. That's all it is. If you don't respect the money, how do you expect it to come to you? Yeah, of course. Do you think you're just going to be profitable right away? You're not. 3 months is nothing. 3 months is a blink. 6 months is a blink. So, Michael, let me ask you something. Do you want to trade for a long time, or are you just looking to make some quick cash? Because if you're looking to learn how to trade, to learn a craft, it's going to take some time. Yeah, if you want to make steady income, it's going to take some time, brother. Resign yourself to the fact it's going to take some time. It's not the easiest business to make money in. First of all, you're coming in with bad information. A lot of people are. That they've gone and gotten from God knows where, the garbage dumps on the internet. And that's number one. Then number two, they're fed this thing that you can make an income. They don't think of it as a craft. They don't think of it as a profession. So it's they make you complacent and undisciplined. You have to be insanely disciplined. I hate how disciplined I've become. I used to just shoot from the hip. I controlled the order flow. Imagine my surprise when I have to start journaling things. I'm like, journal trades. What am I? I'm not a poet, right? We run out of supply under 82. Yeah, what do you? I'm like, write down my feelings. What am I, a poet? Right? I sold some stock. Let's go to the bar. That's how we used to be. Poor high. See how we're going up into that area of supply? So I had to like. The other thing is, when you work on a trade desk and you take bad trades, you can hide them, right? If you make an error, you screw up on a trade, one of your friends will put you up for 10, 20 grand, right? Not a big deal. You're giving the guy 3 million a month in order flow. He's going to put up a $20,000 bad trade. It's like taking you out to dinner. Not a big deal. Bad habits. You get a lot of bad habits when you work on the other side that I had to break, right? Retail's tough. You can't cheat. Retail trading is the only job in finance where you can't cheat. That's why it's hard, man. It is the only job in finance. You guys picked the only job in finance where you can't cheat, right? Investment bankers stab each other in the back all day long. Same with traders, right? You can do all sorts of dirty tricks doing deals. But retail, there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Look below and fail of 82, looking for 85, then 87 again. See if we can get to 87. That'll be a telltale sign. Right, yeah, retail's hard. You gotta work hard. Oh, hang on. No problem, Zizu. Okay. All right. What's next? Little distribution? Maybe back down? Oh. Questions? I was doing a one-on-one coaching session with one of my guys. He's been with me for 6 months. And he's like, how am I doing? I'm like, I was 4 years in. I didn't have as much insight as you do. Because what I've done is I've tried to take everything I know and compress it and put that whole journey together into steps that you guys can follow methodically. And that's what I did in that video I made for you guys this weekend. I do not trade options. I made a sacrifice to the god of options order flow, and I promised her I would never trade options again if she got me out of a bad situation. I was spared, and therefore I do not enter the options market at all. I only trade the ES. I only need to trade one thing, and one thing well. I don't need to trade 3 or 4 markets badly. I'm a person who needs to concentrate and really understand something. Tear it apart and understand the mechanics. Now, I realize that not everybody's wired like that, and there are plenty of people who successfully trade multiple markets. I don't have the time. I frankly don't have the time. The ES has been good to me. It's been a long time to learn it, and I appreciate the scale that you can trade in it. But my thing is trade one thing well, not 5 things badly. Right? And I don't have the time to trade 5 things well. So I don't have anything against options, but I do not have the time to learn that market well enough. And it is, I think any time, well, the way I was brought up, and I was brought up in this industry from a young age, in my early 20s, in my formative years as an adult, and I was taught to respect the capital. So um, I don't want to trade anything unless I really know it. See ya, Hank. Have a good one. Focus. I can't retail trade and watch 30 or 40 different things at the same time. I can manage the inventory in 10 to 15 different stocks simultaneously. But for retail trading, the ES, I like to focus just on one thing. Looking for that 70 area now to break. And if we break that, we'll be looking for 62 to the downside. Yeah, I just don't have the time. And I don't want to do it badly, you know? Well, that's great. I'm a scalper, so I don't need leading indicators, right? I lead a very simple life, man. I just try and make a little bit of money every day. When I have more time, I try and scale it up a little bit, right? And ES is very scalable. You know, trades where you're taking 5 E-mini contracts, you can scale those up 15, 20. You know, 3-point trades are $150. Multiply that by 20. Do that once or twice a day. You keep the lights on, you know. I mean, you're not driving around, flying around in private jets, but that's what deals are for. Besides, I like EasyJet. I like flying to another country for 25 bucks. I get a kick out of it. Options volume gets higher because everybody's trading it because it's very well marketed. How to tell a real look below and fail? Great question. How many times have you taken the trade? And have you rewound the trade? Have you journaled the trade? Do you know the subtleties in price action as when to take it, when not to take it? I don't like giving money back. So I like to get my money and get out. Right? I'm like, think of me as your funny old uncle, but who's really cheap. Because I was taught by people who had insane amounts of money, who were, God, they were so tight they squeaked when they walked. So I do not FOMO trade. I do not revenge trade. I don't boredom trade. I have to have a business reason for a trade. And I just saw one right there. I was preaching instead of trading. But I'm starting to get tired. I think this cold medicine's not doing what it should. So that rotation's a little smaller, right? You notice that? So we came down here, went up, came back, and we couldn't get down to the cost basis. Market stopped, reversed. Oh, you've been over trading for 3 months? It's okay. You're a baby. Don't worry about it. Now, there's still a seller at 88. Let's see if it can hold 82 on a backfill. Now, it's playing possum here. See how it's kind of sticking around that high, but not quite taking it out? There we go. Okay, that's more normal. There's 83, 82 and a half. There's 82. Found the bid at 82. I'll wait for the next candle. Oh, you bugger. Come on, come back down to 84. There is a seller right here. little choppy, huh? Still a seller at 87.86. Come on, bring it back down to 80, 82. Wait till it comes back up. Long 82 and 3/4, selling 84 and 1/4, and I am flat. No, it's a no, but I think I've just been pushing it a little bit too much. After this, I'm gonna go crash. I just wanted to make sure that you guys got coverage today. I'll be fine by tomorrow. That's it. I'm putting away the Dom. I preach responsibility. Now I should be responsible. Oh, gosh. Oh, more chop. Oh. Questions? Anyone? No? We're coming up to that 84 where we came before. You see there is a seller, right, Travis? That 84. Hey, Tim, seems that there has been some sort of tech thing. Do you want to, are you still, just DM me in Discord. I'll send you an invite. Do you still have access to a Discord? Or you could just message me at vwaptrader1 on X. Okay? And for those of you who want to learn how to trade without all this fancy smart guy gibberish, come join us at tradingsyndicate.org. We'll teach you how to trade with some common sense and just keep it simple, right? You can actually just make some money. You know, you don't have to worry about leading indicators or dark pools or pawns or swim in holes like they had in the Beverly Hillbillies. We'll just teach you how to make money. Okay? Simple. All right? Teach you how to not blow up accounts, how to manage your business so you're not out there on the raw and ragged edge, desperate all the time. Right? We'll teach you the skill of trading. Okay. Let's see if we can take out that 88 seller. If that 88 seller sees bids, they're going to lift the offer. And we'll get up into this red area here. Let's see. Knocking on the door. Anyone in? Yep, the seller's there at 88 again. All right. If you're a trader, you got to know where your inventory is priced. You got to know where you can sell it at. You got to know where your competition is selling it. Sound kind of familiar? It's just business. The chart is a sales chart. It's telling you how sales are going. It tells you where the sellers are stepping in. And it also tells you where the sellers take their foot off the gas, like at 80, because they know their buyers underneath 70. So they sold it down from 87 to 80 and then right back up to 87. Right? That is called a rotation. Right? Rotation is how you lose inventory, how you sell your product. Remember, it's a market, not a hot tub, right? Not a bunk bed. It is a market. So you acquire inventory under 68, 67 to sell between 78 and 88. You'll have it on. You'll put on little sales. That's what red candles are. Little sales to attract buyers, right? Little sale brings in the buyers. Look, now only, aisle 17. Right, we got 2-for-1 Windex. On aisle 21 for the next 20 minutes only. Get your Prestone antifreeze. Winter is here. See, it's the same thing. It's just a sales chart. Okay? There you go. Cool. All right. Sellers are still there. Now let's see where it stops rotating. Structurally, we're building out a P profile, but if we break 66.88, then that's off. That's off. You guys are very quiet. You all have the Monday blues. What's going on? Oh, good stuff, Travis. Good stuff. Well, folks, if you don't have any other questions, I will let you go a little bit early. Not much to do here. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful trading day. No, I'm not going to be doing classes on Thursday or Friday, Rudy. It's a half day. You're in the States, aren't you? It's the biggest holiday of the year. I'm going to use that time to make some videos for you guys and stuff like that. Yeah, so there'll be no stream on Thursday or Friday. It's enjoy that weekend. Wednesday is month end. No more business for me to do anyway. I'll be around if you guys want to ask questions and stuff. That's okay. Have a wonderful trading day. We will see you tomorrow morning at 7:30 UK time. And as always, don't take candy from strange market makers, folks. Have a great morning. Bye for now.